So if I had bigger breasts, what they do is cut me here and here. They reach inside, pull out the excess, and stitch me up, leaving scars, and I would be very firmly instructed not to lift or do anything. It's strenuous, but I'm a guy, right? So I would, and I would have big scars. But being as I am a flat-chested, female-bodied person, what they do is put a hole here and one here, put some tubes inside, suck out the excess, and again, it would take a vacation from lifting anything, or wouldn't, and it would heal funny. Then there are the drainage tubes, and I can hardly even think about these things without wanting to puke. But they stay in your body to suck up the water that builds up while you heal, and then the doctor literally yanks them out, and you have to heal from that too. Nipples. Male nipples tend to be located 2 ribs above female nipples, but I somehow inherited my grandpa's Schofield's aureola, so pretty much nobody's going to look at me and think, that's a girl. However, many people get nipple reconstruction where they cut it off, shave it down, and graft it back on. You go through a phase where it looks a little bit like a pepperoni, and you pray to God you don't wake up with your nipple on your bed sheets. It happens. But after 6 to 12 months, all the swelling finally goes down, and then you can just throw on your shirt and end your day by sitting in the sun on your porch with no shirt and doing what you want with your body. That's what matters. Okay, tails. Oh God, what's gonna happen? Just tidy whities, it's not a big deal. There are many ways to let it all hang out, right? A metoidioplasty cuts the tendon that holds the clitoris up against the body, causing it to fall forward, creating the appearance of externally hanging genitalia. You have silicone balls implanted in your labia, and I always think about those high bounce balls you used to make in 4th grade science class. We should research it. Now, if I wanted a penis, what I would have is a phalloplasty, and here they take a part of your calf muscle, the hairless skin from your arm, and a nerve hairless skin from your wrist, and a nerve from your arm, which they eventually attach, the entire package, to your stomach. And over a series of, just 12 to 25 or more surgeries, they move it from here on your stomach all the way down here to your pubis, and they attach it to your thigh, which looks a little bit like a luggage handle, I'm not going to lie, but only until all the blood starts flowing, and then they cut it loose, and it hangs forward. You can even get an erection either by sticking rods in the hole or by squeezing pumps in your balls, and how cool is that, right? Oh, and it's all insanely expensive, did I mention? So it's like really unfair to think of people as men only when they have penises, because that would mean that only rich dudes, or I guess socialist guys, could be real. And I know you're all thinking about it, so I'm just going to talk about it anyway. I went to this website called erectionphotos.com, where real dudes send in pictures of their real penises so that not every dude has to feel so oppressed by the porn industry, okay? And I found penises that are as big as my clitoris, which, if you could see it, was huge, and even if you didn't think so, you'd say yes. 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 It's large and amazing. And also penises that invert until they get erect, and I got wise just then to the statistical reality that size just does not matter. Awkward moment to walk in. We're just telling stories. Now, if you could take your eyes away from my beautiful body. That was the actual letter that was written for me by my psychologist when I decided that I wanted to go on testosterone. Now, what's funny is that, and what my doctor made me aware of, was the fact that if I had shown up as a female who still identified as a woman, and I just had a low sex drive preventing me from being a good heterosexual, he would prescribe testosterone to me to make it better. Make me more of a straight woman. Funny, right? I usually do that whole piece totally naked, but they get really gooky about that. Let me tell you a story about that. In May 2006, Central Piedmont Community College, CPCC, in Charlotte, North Carolina, canceled my performance. The state-funded institution gave me an ultimatum: end the show fully clothed, or take your transgender body and its performance to another venue. Their discomfort centered around whether or not taking off my shirt and showing my transgender chest, unmodified by surgery but changed by hormones, constituted obscene nudity. A male actor playing Jesus Christ in Superstar performed at CPCC the week before in only a loincloth, but as the CPCC venue manager said to the Charlotte Observer, A man who has always been a man is different, I think. That's my own personal take on it. I disrobe at the end of underground transit as a final act of vulnerability before my audience. The effect, I have been told, is one of recognizing a human body perpetually shrouded in sexualized mystery, with enough backstory to simply appreciate that body. It's not for shock value or titillation. This explanation, however, did not convince the higher-ups at CPCC. In the end, I had to perform elsewhere in Charlotte, but the media stink I created brought a huge and diverse crowd to the show to form their own opinions, and CPCC's venue manager sat in the front row. Have you been traumatized by my almost nudity? Yes.
No, I didn't have a chance to look at it. I can't focus on two things right now. But I've got a cold. What did that letter say?
It said that, I have it written down here. I won't read you the whole thing, but it basically said that I have gender identity disorder, which is 302.85 in your handbook. And that I meet all of the necessary criteria for the disorder, including a strong, persistent cross-gender identification, not merely a desire for any perceived cultural advantages of the other sex, consistent discomfort with my female sex, and a sense of inappropriateness in the gender role of that sex, and significant distress or impairment in social, occupational, and other areas of functioning, so that therefore it would really help me out if I could go on testosterone, and also that I'm fully capable of making these decisions by myself. But I had to have somebody tell somebody that I'm fully capable of making these decisions for myself. Meanwhile, if I had wanted to have big breasts, I could have just signed a check and it would have been fine. Nobody calls you crazy for that.